version of you who survived by ignoring every single signal your body was giving you. This is the video where that fucking stops working. 3 days of driving from Idaho to Kentucky, half a day loading everything we still owned from the storage unit while Bourbon stayed fucking tethered to me, getting a chance to stretch his legs between trips. It was bittersweet. Those belongings had been sitting there for more than a year while our equine farm was for sale. The other half of the day was spent with 2 of our 3 kids and 2 of our 5 grandkids, soon to be 6. We visited, hugged, laughed, had pizza, and said our see you laters before leaving Kentucky for good. Then came another 3-day drive back to Idaho, followed by 2 hours of unloading everything in freaking 90-degree heat. Now our belongings are closer to us, which gives me the chance to go through them and sell most of what we no longer need. Because let's face it, if it's been sitting in fucking storage for more than a year, we are not using it. And at some point, holding on to things just in case becomes another form of weight. We are truly full-time RVers now. This is camper number 3 for us, and every camper has had its own season and purpose in our lives. The first camper allowed me to care for my dad while he was in home hospice and doing it his way. The second camper was an upgrade for when our son was living and traveling with us. I homeschooled him from 5th grade through 12th grade and even graduated him early. Yeah, proud mom moment there. We lived full-time life in RV for 3.5 years before purchasing our 20-acre equine farm. And now, here we are, camper number 3. A different season, a different capacity, a different business, and definitely a different version of me. Looking around at the labeled totes, memories, and belongings waiting to be sorted, I could see the deeper fucking pattern. Yeah, some of those things belong to lives we lived to the fullest. The farm, the A-frame, the family home, the business owner, the caregiver, the homeschool mom. Those lives were epic. Those versions were epic. But honoring an era does not require you to keep carrying everything it once needed. After 6 days on the road, half a day loading, 2 hours unloading in that freaking horrendous heat, disrupted patterns, and the physical demand of moving an old life closer to the new one, I could feel that truth freaking stirring in my body. My body wasn't tired. It was exhausted. My nervous system needed replenishing after some days of driving, decisions, memories, and responsibilities. It was a lot. I was overwhelmed and overloaded. It would have been easy to look at the exhaustion and think I needed to recover faster, get back to work, prove that I could fucking handle one more thing on my plate. But my body was not creating a problem. It was giving me information. Old responsibilities, former identities, unfinished decisions, emotional weight, business structures we dissolved intentionally. That is where this entire series came full circle for me. Yep, aha moments, man. The body is often the first place we feel that era has ended, even when the mind is still trying to organize, preserve, and hold on to everything it contained. That applies to our belongings, it applies to our identities, and it abso-freaking-lutely applies to our businesses. So here's a golden wisdom nugget. Your body was never the obstacle. It was the first part of you honest enough to admit that the weight no longer belonged to this freaking era. Your body feels the overloaded calendar before your mind calls it unsustainable. It feels the weight of an outdated offer before your business strategy admits it needs to change it. It feels the strain and the constant availability before you finally establish that freaking much needed boundary. Then we call the body tired, lazy, unmotivated, too sensitive, unable to keep up. Like seriously, what if the body is communicating with you? What if it is refusing to carry part of your past into the future in the same fucking way? Can your business move through caregiving? Think about that for a minute. Can it move through caregiving? Through motherhood? Through travel? How about through health issues and seasons? Through grief, healing, visibility, the identity shifts that happen when life refuses to leave you the same? Or does the whole thing fall apart the moment your body stops cooperating with the version of productivity your business was built around? Yeah, survival mode. That is the difference between a business built around surviving and performance and a business rooted in the life of the person leading it. A rooted business does not demand that you silence your body so the structure can remain unchanged. It listens. It adjusts. It evolves. It lets the wisdom stay while the weight fucking goes. Here's a key pattern to look for. The key pattern is not always you lack discipline, motivation, or even better systems. The pattern is you are still building around a version of yourself who had to survive, prove, overgive, and carry fucking everything alone. Here's some perceptions for you to look at and consider. A personal perception. What am I still carrying because it belonged to a meaningful era, even though it no longer belongs to my life now? Here's a business owner perception. Where is my business asking my body to absorb stress that structure itself should be reducing? Here's an entrepreneurial perception. What could expand if my business was designed to move with real capacity instead of depending on perfect conditions that don't fucking exist? That will move the needle. So here's a rooted body ritual practice. Today's tea blend was saffron, ginger, moringa, bilberry, and local raw honey. After 6 days on the road, my body needed replenished and nurtured. Ginger brings scattered energy back into the body after long travel days. Saffron supports emotional steadiness when you're processing endings and major freaking life transitions. Moringa reminds you that sustainable movement requires nourishment, not only determination. Bilberry supports seeing clear without judging every choice made in a former era. And local raw honey reminds the nervous system that closure does not always have to feel harsh. If you want the full breakdown on each of these, the physical benefits and the deeper emotional medicine behind them, that's all laid out in the full issue on Substack. And as always, source quality ingredients, listen to your body, and check with a trusted practitioner if you are pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or managing a health condition. So now let's move into the business application. Here's a tea and tech tidbit for you. Over the decades, I have jokingly said I am not a tech person. Meanwhile, I have built websites, created online shops, used AI, and integrated automation where it made sense. Not because I'm some fucking tech wizard, because I certainly ain't. I use tech because I can see the fucking patterns. Technology should not become another storage unit filled with digital belongings from former eras. Old recordings, unused subscriptions, content libraries no one fucking visits. A rooted tech stack supports the business you are running now. It frees your time. It protects your energy. That is why I use voice notes for my own insights and with my own pattern break advisory clients. That is also why I use Substack as the body of work and trust trail. When I say I can help lighten your stress load, I fucking mean it. Because I've learned how to recognize the difference between something that supports movement and something that merely gives the appearance of fucking productivity. A tool earns its fucking place in my tech stack when it reduces repetitive work, protects my time and attention, and supports the life and delivery model I am choosing now. A tool needs to be questioned when it requires more maintenance than value it creates, keeps you attached to an old business model, or makes your business look advanced while your body feels overwhelmed. Easy said is, if it's got a really strong learning curve and it's wasting your time and getting you frustrated, it needs to go. If it's quick and easy and everything starts to fall in line, keep it. So here's some personal perceptions. Personal perception. Is this tool giving more of my life back or taking more of it? Business owner perception. Is my back end reducing stress or asking my body to absorb it? Huge perceptions there. Entrepreneurial perception. Can this structure continue supporting me as my life, capacity, and business all continue to evolve? Here's a quick win. Let's call this the storage unit audit. So grab a pen and paper, write this at the top of a page. What am I storing because I have not fucking decided what to do with it yet? That's simple. This can be physical, digital, emotional, or structural. So choose one area: physical belongings, business tools, offers, recorded content, old titles, or inherited expectations, and sort each item into one of 4 categories. Here are the 4 categories. Keep. It belongs to life or business you are living now. Sell. It still has value, but it no longer needs to stay with you. Release. It has completed its purpose. Rebuild. The wisdom belongs, but the structure needs to change. Those are your 4 categories. Keep, sell, release, rebuild. Then choose one action within the next 24 hours. Yes, I fucking said 24 hours. Do not save this. Do not come back to this. Do this within the next 24 hours. Cancel the subscription. List the item for sale. Remove the outdated offer. Send the fucking message. Make the fucking decision you have been storing. What could my body and business hold if they were no longer carrying the weight of every former era? That is the answer, and that is the inner work. Leadership insight for you. The strongest leaders are not the ones who carry the most weight forever. They are the ones who can recognize when carrying more has stopped serving the mission. There are seasons when leadership means building. There are seasons when it means staying close enough to a dying parent that help is only a few steps away. There are seasons when it means homeschooling a child on the road, purchasing the farm, surviving the heart attack, healing the fucking trauma, trusting yourself enough to begin again with more wisdom. And there are seasons when leadership means opening the storage unit and admitting that most of what is inside no longer belongs to the life ahead. Nothing was wasted, but purpose does not always mean permanence. The most rooted move you can make is thanking an era for what it gave you, carrying that wisdom forward and leaving the fucking weight behind. Moment in real life. Let's call this the natural evolution. This was the final issue of Rooted in Motion series, but it was not the end of the work. Rooted in Motion showed what happens when the body, identity, environment, and business all are changing at the same fucking time. The series became my own personal field test. The philosophy underneath it became impossible to miss. Rooted body, rooted business. The personal story remains, the pattern work deepens, the workbook practice continues. Because the publication evolved the same way every meaningful business evolves, through lived experience, revealing what the work was becoming all along. If this is the kind of pattern work that's actually fucking useful to you, hit that subscribe right here on YouTube. This is where Rooted Body, Rooted Business lives out loud. But the video is only the surface. The full issue, every wisdom nugget, every practice, the complete tea breakdown, the whole thing lives on my Substack, in Tea and Tech with a Side of Truth. That's my weekly newsletter. That's where the deeper archive is and where new writing lands first every week. Subscribe here, then go deeper over on Substack. Links are both below. Build from the body you actually live in now, not the one who survived by overriding it. See you next week.